our celebration, and I would request Mataji now to have, like we always say, there is no celebration without Krishna Katha. Until we hear about the Lord, we cannot have the Lord celebration, because when we talk about Lord, when we hear about Lord, then the meditation starts. And when the meditation is right, then only the celebration can be right. So it's time to meditate on the pastimes of the Lord. I request Mataji to share. Thank you, Mata.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, like Mataji explained, it's a very special day today. Very, very special day. So before we start, we'll get the blessings, because I'm just the via medium. And so whatever Krishna wants to say today, I just want to be that via medium. So we'll say the prayers so that the blessings are there. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langhayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Hari Tatsat. Hare Krishna. So we know today is Nasimha Chaturdashi festival. What does it mean? What happened today? Was a special thing that happened today. Narsimha appeared. So when did this happen? It's someone wrote some story which we don't know when it happened. Is it like that? We call it a myth, no? Is it a myth? No. Then it is recorded history. But how many years back? How many years back did it happen? Any guess? Wild guess. More than 7,000 years. Okay, good. Any other? Yes. Treta Yuga, yes. Yeah. Before Treta Yuga. This happened in Satya Yuga. So how many years ago would that be? Huh? How many years ago would that be if it is in Satya Yuga? How many years is Kali Yuga? 432,000 years is Kali Yuga. In that 5,000 years are over. So 5,000 years of Kali Yuga. Then before that Dwapara Yuga is 864,000. And before that, Treta Yuga? 1.2. 1.2. 432,000 times 3. How much is that? Who can calculate? 432,000 times 3. Plus 100 then plus plus 432. No, plus 864. Dwapara is twice. So 864 plus 432 times 3, 1264. 12. Okay, anyway, leave it to you. Okay, you've taken the calculator anyway. Yeah. Yes. So add up all these. So that will be 432,000 times 2 plus 3, 5, times 5, no? Times 5, 432,000 times 5 plus 5,000.
3,165,000.
Okay, so this happened at least minimum that many years because it happened in Satyuga. So something that happened these many millions of years ago, what significance has it got? What significance has something that happened so many millions of years ago, what significance has it got in our life today? So when we think like that, we consider mostly it's a ritual. The festival day, I should go to the temple, I should do this in any place, no? We consider sometimes it a ritual. But has it got any significance in our life? Other than, okay, auspicious day, some blessings. Other than that, any other? What significance does it have? Is anything that we hear is applicable in our life? Yes. What is applicable in this? What are the takeaway from this festival? Yes. Protector, yes. Krishna is the protector. Nasimha is the protector. Very good, yes. And whom did he protect? Prahlad, very good. Prahlad, how old was he? 5 years old. 5 years old boy, from what did he protect? Who was the demon? Hiranyakashipu, who was he? How was he connected to him? His father. So imagine a 5-year-old boy being tortured or tried to even kill him. By whom? By his own father, who is supposed to be protecting him. For any children, father is the protector. That faith is in the father. Now that father is trying to kill him. So now you will see later what are the different ways in which he tried to kill him. So now, why was Prahlad protected? He remembered. So there are different ways in which we can connect to God. When we are speaking about God, we are connecting. We are hearing about Krishna, we are connecting. There's a divine connection all that time. So one of them is also when we are remembering. How does that help? See, when I'm thirsty, like some of us are fasting today, and if you are hungry and we think of food, I'm just thinking about food. It is just a thought. Right? I will not feel satisfied if I'm thinking of food. But God, Krishna is absolute truth. Absolute means it's not relative. Means when I'm remembering, Krishna is present. Isn't it amazing? When we are in trouble or when I have any difficulty, I can think of someone who will come and protect me. But just by thinking, I won't get their protection. But Krishna, any moment, I think and Krishna is there. Isn't that amazing? So Prahlad Maharaj signifies that remembrance, because he couldn't do anything much because his father was torturing him. When his father was trying to kill him, he was always remembering Krishna. And because of that remembrance, he was protected. What other lessons can we learn from Prahlad Maharaj's pastime? There's a lot to learn. He was 5-year-old, and now who was his teachers? Did his teacher teach him about Krishna? No, when the school he was not taught. Who was his classmates in school? He went to school. His father obviously sent him to school. He had teachers and he had friends. Were his friends talking to him about Krishna? No. Was his teacher teaching him about Krishna? No. But still, he stood for the right and he stood for the higher values. What is a lesson that we learn from that? Very valuable, very, very valuable lesson that we have in our life. Generally, we have the tendency for everything we need to blame something other than us. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah? That's our natural tendency, no? Like if, that example of if I'm holding tea and I'm drinking tea and someone hits me and the tea spills. So what is the cause of the tea spilling? Someone hit me, right? So somehow we want to, why am I late? Oh, there was traffic block. Why was I late? Because it was raining. Why was I late? My child was crying. Why was I late? My husband came late from office. Why is the food not good today? Oh, but at that time another phone call came, so I couldn't concentrate. Somewhere, something we need to put the blame on others. So here is a 5-year-old boy. In spite of all the testing conditions, he didn't blame anyone. Isn't that one of very valuable life lesson to learn? Yes. He didn't blame anyone. He didn't even blame his father. In fact, after Hiranyakashipu was killed by Nasimha, Prahlad Maharaj thought he was responsible for his father's death. And he was sad. So this is one thing that Prahlad Maharaj teaches: no excuses. Especially for connecting with Krishna. For that we give 1,000 excuses, no? For spiritual life we give so many excuses. Excuse after excuse after excuse, but no valid reason. There's no valid reason, but thousands of excuses. So here is a small boy, 5-year-old boy, who's always remembering Krishna and not giving any excuse. So that is the second lesson. Then, and what other lessons can we learn? The fact that a 5-year-old boy is taking the path of spiritual life, what does it mean? What do we usually say, 5-year-old children? Play, play. Just play. Yeah, go and play. Even I see that when we have spiritual discourses, we say, okay, go and play. No? So what is Prahlad Maharaj teaching? He is teaching that we should start spiritual life even when we are very young. Why is that? Why does he say that? Why does Prahlad Maharaj say that we should start? That's not something which we like to hear. I can feel just switching off. Because that's not something that I want to hear. No? Why is it that? What are the reasons that Prahlad Maharaj says for starting spiritual life? Spiritual life, what is spiritual life? We should understand, I'm not talking ritual life. I'm saying spiritual life. There's a difference between ritual and spiritual. What is spiritual life? What is spiritual? What's the difference between ritual and spiritual?
Ritual by action, spiritual by soul.
Good. Yes, ritual is just namesake, we just do. We don't know why we are doing. Why do we call spiritual? What does spiritual mean? Yeah. Yes, spirit. We are. I am not the body, I am something else. I'm the spirit, I'm spirit, soul, something connected. The actual we. So what is Prahlad Maharaj saying? Even from childhood, we should start understanding I'm not this body or I'm not this name or designation or anything. Why? Because all that changed, but we remain the same. We can change our name, we still remain the same person. We change our job, we are still the same person. We change our nationality, we are still the same person. We don't change. Who is it that is not changing? Our actual, that spirit. So when we think of our actual identity, that is spiritual. All the designations, everything that we have is like a cage. And there is a bird in the cage, which is the actual we. So if you are taking care of all these designations but forgetting the actual bird, then the bird is going to starve and die. Yeah? So Prahlad Maharaj is saying from the time we are 5, we need to start thinking about who we actually are, and we have to start feeding the bird. Logical? See, if a 5-year-old boy is saying, just 5-year-old child is saying, it should be logical, no? Because they are clear, they don't have any confused things, or they are not misdirected anyway. He is speaking logical. Why he says we should start at the age of 5? Why does he say we should start at the age of 5? One thing he says is, human life is very valuable. In our life, everyday life, from morning till evening, most of us are complaining about things. Yes or no? We have a lot of things that we complain about. And then one lady was telling, I just want to leave everything, go to, more than one person has told me, I want to leave everything, go to the forest, be an elephant or something, just live there. Because I'm fed up of the cities and the towns like that. But human life is very valuable. That is one lesson. It is temporary, because we know we are not going to be eternally here in the same place. So one is, human life is temporary, but it is very valuable. Isn't that a great life lesson? To know that my life is valuable, which I take it so for granted. So Prahlad Maharaj teaches that human life, even though temporary, it is very valuable. We should value our life. When we value something, we take care of it nicely and we use it in the proper way. Are we using our life in the proper way? What are we using our life for? Sometimes they say, anyway, death is certain, we will die, so just live life in whichever way. But Prahlad Maharaj says, no, this life is valuable. What is the purpose of this life? What is the value? What are we supposed to do in this life? What is our ultimate goal of life? We all have our goals. Okay, maybe I need to get this much salary. I want my child to go to this university. Or I need to get a house which is in this area, in this many bedrooms. I want to get this particular car. So many goals we set. But what is the actual goal of life? Because these all will go off. And when the death comes, the whole thing is removed. We can't take even the dress that we are wearing, forget anything else. We can't even take our body when body is gone. So death is certain, and all we have is going to go. So what is a permanent one? What is the goal of our life? That is what Prahlad Maharaj teaches. What is our aim of life? He says, Swartha Gatim Ki Vishnu. What is the purpose? Very interesting. He says our purpose is to meet our friend. We all value friendship. We value friendship so much. So he's telling who is your actual friend. Who is our actual friend? Who is our actual friend? The Supreme. Krishna is the actual friend. Why Krishna is the actual friend? Whom do we consider friend? What is it? Why do we say someone is my great friend? My best friend. Why do we say someone is our best friend? Why do you say?
Because of the trust.
Trust, yes. What is the trust? When we say trust, what does it mean?
He or she will take care of.
He will take care. How he will take care?
And there is trouble.
Yes, in any difficult situation, he will be there with us. He will always be there with us. That is a friend. Anytime. So when we say my best friend, I can even call them at midnight and I'm sure he will help me or she will help me. That's our definition of friendship, no? So how is it that God is our best friend or Krishna is our best friend?
Always there for us.
How do we know Krishna is there always with us? How is Krishna there with us always?
Something is happening, it doesn't happen, and it suddenly, it all comes true.
It all comes true. Yes, very good. Thank you. Any other reason? How do we think? Why do we say Krishna is there always with us? Yes. Sorry, continue. He is the absolute truth. Yes. So, what does it mean being absolute truth?
Give us a right
Hmm?
path of life, right?
He will be there. Yes. How he is there with us? Can we see him with us? No. Huh?
Through our good actions.
Through our good action we see him. How do we see Krishna? How do we see Krishna? Yes. We feel. How do we feel Krishna? See, sometimes we say, yeah, some voice from inside told me I have forgotten the key. Do you hear that voice sometimes? Sometimes we say, no? Some voice inside me told me, don't go that way, go this way. But then I went that way and this happened. Some voice inside told me I should go and check again. Some voice inside me told me I should call you. Who is that voice? From where is that voice coming? From within us. Who is that? There is a friend inside us. What a great friend he is, that he is there with us all the time. When we say all the time, what does it mean? Okay, when we are eating, sleeping all the time, he is there with us. More than that, Prahlad Maharaj says that after death we don't know what's going to happen to us, where we are going to be. Wherever we go, that friend follows us. Isn't that amazing? Which friend can come with us? You know, when one person dies, how long will the friend come? Till the crematorium. No? Beyond that, the friend don't come. But here is a friend who will come millions of lifetimes with us, guiding us, this voice telling us, do this, do that, okay, go that way, go this, do that. Isn't he our actual friend? So connecting with that friend, we hear the voice sometimes, but when we can always get guidance from that friend, our life is successful. Yeah, so getting back to that friend, our old friend who is always there waiting for us, is the purpose of human life. Then life is so easy because we have the friend who knows everything, like how he said, he's absolute truth, guiding us all the time. Isn't life then very easy? Because someone is there guiding us all the time. Then we don't have the struggle of this material world, because we are connected to our actual self, who is the spirit, and to the super soul, who is the absolute truth. Then life is actually very easy. So Prahlad Maharaj says, one, this life is temporary, but it is very valuable. And the purpose of our life is to connect with that best friend. And also, we should start these thinking process and connecting even when we are very small. Why? Because we waste a lot of time in our life. Out of 24 hours, how many, like we sleep for 8 hours? So if we take our whole life, someone lives for 60 years, or if we say someone lives for 100 years. 100 years means how many years are gone in sleeping? Like when they're children, they sleep more, right? Maybe 12 hours they're sleeping. Then when we grow up, okay, maybe 8 hours. So how many hours? Almost 30 years gone in out of 100, or more than 30 years gone in sleeping. Then all other basic activities of cooking, eating, all the basic thing. How much time we spend? 4-5 hours a day in that? So in 100 years, how much time we have left? So, like this, if we calculate, most of our life is gone in some things which are just maintenance mode. Where is the work that we are going to do for progressing in our life? That is Prahlad Maharaj's teaching. That we cannot think that there is time. And they say time is ticking, it's finishing, we need to wake up. So even from childhood, we should be. So these are some of the teachings of Prahlad Maharaj. So these are very valuable life lessons from a 5-year-old child. There's so much more. It's given in Srimad Bhagavatam, whole details about Nasimha and Prahlad Maharaj. A lot about Prahlad Maharaj, because Srimad Bhagavatam speaks more about the devotee than God. So Srimad Bhagavatam says how the devotee what the devotee experiences being connected to God. So if you read the 7th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, beautifully explained. You'll see also later how Narsimha comes out of the pillar. Narsimha was not hiding there. Why did Narsimha come out of the pillar? Why did he come out of the pillar? But he didn't have to come from the pillar. Prahlad said. 5-year-old boy said, yes, my God is inside the pillar. And he came from inside the pillar. Imagine how merciful God is. How merciful is Krishna that he fulfills what this 5-year-old boy said. So which means spiritual life, all of us are equal. There is no small, old and all those things. All of us are children in that.
No speakable content could be found on the screen.
Okay, so yeah, yes, I've gone over time. Almost, yeah. Sorry. Thank you so much. So yeah, just one, that's fine. Thank you. So any reflections, 1 or 2 realizations I would like to take, 1 sentence each or 1 word. What is a takeaway from what we discussed today? What is this one thing that you're going to think about and implement in your life? Anyone?
Life is very valuable.
Life is?
Very valuable.
Very valuable. Thank you. Any other?
Better late than never.
Better late than never. Yes.
Today is the day. One should read Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Krishna book. Everyone should read. At least take away from here.
Yes. Good. Yes. But now, what we plan to do tomorrow, we should do today. What we plan to do today, we should do it now. Yes. So.
Don't blame others.
Don't blame others. Yes. That can change our life completely when we stop this blame game. Yes. Any other? 2 more I'll take. That means 5.
Be friend with your inside soul.
Sorry?
Like, be friendship with your
Yeah, be friends
someday
with
he will
your
appear and
super soul. Yes. Very good. 1 more and then we stop. Yes, please.
Don't be influenced by bad association.
Yes, don't be influenced by bad association. Prahlad Maharaj didn't have anyone who was thinking the same. But instead, he took the lead. He told his friends, okay, don't waste your life. So we don't have to wait for others, the world to change for us to change. We can contribute in our way to the world. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.